think the prison system works? Why doesn't it reform people?
Again,
I mean, because let's take Shawshank Redemption, the movie.
oh, Shawshank.
Shawshank. I mean,
Redemption, yeah.
those dudes were sitting there tarring the roof, and man, I guarantee if I was down south in let's say, Mississippi tarring some roofs, that would probably work on me, man. So why don't we implement that kind of stuff again?
Oh, like real hard labor, like
Yeah.
breaking rocks and stuff.
Yeah,
I think
ball and
still,
chain
there's
stuff.
still prisons that
They
do
do.
that.
They still have
Absolutely.
that. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, Leavenworth. Places like that.
You think it's still like
Alcatraz,
that?
ain't around no more, but
Yeah, you'd have to have been a smart guy to escape Alcatraz. Like, we're going down a rabbit hole with that,
Right.
but I mean, Alcatraz would have been a rough time to be in prison.
Yeah. Well, I think it's again, when it's for profit, as I believe it to be. Well, I believe it to be. It's publicly traded on the market.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, you could buy stocks in prison.
What
Yeah.
in the
It's not going to
world?
say prison. But
Right.
No, it's through some of the big boys, man, like Vanguard and BlackRock.
Wow.
And it's like Geo Global or something like that.
Wow.
Like, there are entities that purchase prisons to put people in.
Because at least for me, the way I think about it, and like I said, I've never been to prison. I've read about it, studied about it. I've had to write papers in college about it. And where I think they're flawed is you go in, you do your time, but they don't give you any way of coping when you get out. So because we had a friend who he ended up committing suicide. This is just for everybody who knows. He was in and out of the prison system, and
From a young age.
yeah,
You know,
and
it
the
starts-
last time he got out, and like I said, we don't use any names. He got out and he ended up going to a different state, wanted to change, but
Yeah.
because nobody would give him a chance. After 7 years of
You
being
get
in
marked,
prison,
man. You're marked.
he didn't even have an ID. So he used to tell us, like, well, how do I get an ID if I don't even have any proof of who I am? They just kind of dropped me on the street when he got out. He didn't have a mom, he didn't have a dad,
Well,
he didn't have a family.
Therein lies one of the real issues is when people get out, do they have people who are there for them? And a lot of times they don't. Who's there for them is the people that they were running with that got them there in the first place.
Yeah. So they
It's
go
cyclical.
back to
It's cyclical. It won't end.
Yeah, well, because if you've been locked up for 20 years, how much has society changed by the time you get out?
Mm.
And that's probably the reason why they're going back, because there's no help for who they are.
Yeah, it's called being institutionalized.
Yeah, there's people who have gone to jail before cell phones. They get out and now they're cell phones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what would that be
Time.
like?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, beat me on my pager, man.
True. No, you're right. You're 100% right. They go in the 80s, they get out, and it's 2025. 30 or 40 years has elapsed. How do they even know how to function?
Yeah.
yeah.
Has to be people that they have it that are supportive there for them.
But how do they even that's God, we can talk 4 days on this, because
Yeah.
if a person gets institutionalized, like you said, like our buddy, who we'll just let everybody know, he ended up, because it was so hard when he got out, he had no help. We tried helping him.
Yeah, it led to depression and suicide.
Right. He ended up committing suicide because he couldn't get a job.
Mm.
He couldn't function in society.
Mm.
He couldn't even get an ID, which to me was blowing me away. You have an American citizen who got locked up for things he did as a juvenile that transpired into an adult, and he couldn't function once he got out.
Yeah, it's a trap. Is
Yeah,
what it
and then
is.
there's people who will commit a crime just to go back. They do their sentence.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
Keith said, they're institutionalized,
Yeah,
and they will commit a crime just to get back locked up.
ends up being too hard out here, and they need that so-called structure
Yeah.
that they had of being told when to go to sleep, what to eat.
Wow.
They're fed.
Mm-hmm.
You get
3 hots and a cot.
yeah, basically.
Do they still get the paper lunches that
Oh,
when
man.
people get locked up, they give you the paper bag? I wonder if they do that stuff anymore. Like, if anybody knows more about
No, it's
jail
on little
and
school.
prison
It's,
than us-
it's on them little school lunch plastic plate things, man. Separate. That's why some people now you know if somebody's been to prison because they want their food separated.
True that, man.
Separate my
Not
cold
all the
beans.
time. I haven't been to prison. I want my food separated.
I do want my
Even
food
though I mix
separated
it on
too.
my fork.
Yeah, but I can't have my salad and salad dressing running over into like my mashed potatoes, dude. I can't do that. I can't have it all mixed up.
See, you're talking
That's
salad
stuff-
dressing. You don't get salad dressing in prison.
Well, I don't know what they get in prison. I mean, I would imagine they get a salad eventually, right? Don't they?
They get a tossed salad.
That's horrible.
That is horrible. My God, man. So anyway,
but
back to what we're
But
saying.
I was watching a couple of videos to get like up on this again. But what I remember, man, was it actually even pours into because when we're saying bias and racist and all that stuff is involved in this for sure. It goes back to like Sugar Hill Gang, and remember when it was like happy rap, man? It was like a hip
Oh, yeah.
hop, a hippie to the hippie, and everybody's
Yeah.
breakdancing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it switched over to like
Gangster rap.
gangster rap, which
Really?
was criminal, but it was funded and influenced by, or it was, I believe it was funded by entities unknown that, and this
So
is
you're
conspiracy.
saying- so
This is
you're-
conspiracy, but it was funded so that it could hypnotize the youth into criminal activity and behavior.
Really?
Now, I didn't do the research myself,
Okay.
so this is hearsay.
Okay.
But the prison systems funded or some record labels.
Really? So you
Yeah.
guys are saying that music as it evolved came from one
Well,
type
they
of
wanted
music.
they wanted you to rap about certain things.
Okay.
Right, so they would glorify drug,
Okay.
pimping,
But
cars.
that's what's happened.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was influenced, who it was influenced by,
Because
but it took a turn in some way.
wow. Because I've always wondered, like, does music influence
Oh.
like the structure of
Yeah.
of people? You know how
Yeah.
like you got
Dude,
crazy death metal and they're all yeah, and then you got like gospel music. Oh, I love you, and then you got all the
There-
other crazy stuff.
I'm not
going
going to say the names of anyone, but there's certain groups that have satanic names or references.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you look at the artists back when rap started being gangster rap,
Right.
you'll find them.
God, that
Yeah.
is so. With that being said, wow, I did not know we were going here.
That's
do
how
you,
deep it
do
goes,
you
though.
guys think that like rap like glorifies like people committing crimes? That way it
Absolutely.
builds you up. That way you can commit crimes.
Well, it's
There's-
being conditioned.
Right,
One
being
is
conditioned.
by what they be careful, little eyes, what you see, and little ears, what you hear. Right? I mean, because
Well, what
we
you
are
put in,
influenced.
you continually.
Yeah.
And what are you putting into your body?
Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
your ears, through your mouth, whatever you see.
Good
Right.
input, good output. Good or crap input is crap output. It
God,
just-
man,
it
I wish
results in
the whole group was here for
Well-
this. This is deep. So
Well, that's why I switched.
Because okay,
I switched from because I love hip hop, man. I grew up on it. It's my favorite.
what was your favorite like artist?
I mean, the Great White Hope, Eminem, obviously, but
Eminem,
but,
yeah.
but before all
There's
that,
a
man,
lot of dudes
no,
like
I used
Eminem,
to
man.
get high all the time to the Chronic and all that stuff with Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Yeah, you were all about Snoop
Yeah, it
Dogg,
was all
huh?
that. Yeah, Domino and.
Well, we got a brother here from Chicago. What was your jam growing up?
Oh, see, Tupac, Twister.
God,
Twister.
everybody was loving some Tupac, right?
Yeah.
Do people still listen to Tupac?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
I
sure
think so.
because he was probably
But
the
then-
biggest rapper for that day, right?
Well, one of them.
Yeah.
God. So
Pac,
now let me ask you this:
Biggie.
all these main rappers that rapped all these songs, do you think they went to prison too? Do you think they went to jail?
Tupac went to prison.
Okay, Tupac went to prison.
There's
We're-
a lot of rappers
we're
who
gonna-
are college educated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Wiz
you
Khalifa's
take,
like a PhD. He would be
Really?
Yeah, he's like a
These guys are
aerospace
smart
engineer.
people,
Yeah.
then.
Many of them. Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, I know that's a dip. That's a dip. But Weird Al Yankovic was like a rocket scientist, man.
Oh,
he
yeah.
fa-
You're telling
and
me
he
these
found-
guys
he
were
found-
that
he found
intelligent?
He found it to be better, and you could influence more people and make a better impact in that industry. Your reach is
Wow.
better and greater.
Wow.
Yeah, the entertain.
Yeah,
What are
they're-
we doing here?
Well, we're entertainers too, and we're
Yeah.
influencing people. So, I never thought about like the type of songs and structuring people's thoughts that would cause them to commit crimes that would ultimately lead them to prison.
Well, there's rappers who have made it big and gone to prison because they rapped about the crime they committed.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, so because it was in their rap, they basically told on themselves. And got busted?
Wow,
Sorta.
Sort of. Oh.
that is. Think about that.
Incriminated.
Well,
themselves.
they used it. I think they used it in the trial. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there was one that I used to listen to.
That's a confession, man.
Okay,
But now he's in prison for life, I think.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think, and just for our listeners, again, it's 303-477-5600. We are now going an hour, so stay tuned for our second half. Just to leave everybody with a thought, do you think the type of money you have can influence whether you go to prison or not?
So whether one has money,
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Okay.
money can keep you out of prison.
Yeah.
I believe that.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
Yeah, Johnny Cochran.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
And OJ didn't go to
If you
prison.
have money for the attorney, for a defense attorney.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
Yeah, how many-
that's another thing that gets me. You guys, young men and women, are because we're trying to reach groups of 20 years old to 100 years old. What's crazy about it is, if you get the public defender, he could care less. He's getting paid hourly, so it's your chances of not going to prison are probably so much higher if you can hire an attorney, right?
yeah, I think your chances are higher, but I had a public defender, and I didn't go
There-
to prison.
Oh, there you go. Wow. So
So
here I
that's-
am bashing public defenders, and I
Right.
guess they were.
But
But I had a
But-
praying mom.
There's the difference right there.
you had to what?
I had a praying mom.
Yes.
Wow.
The Lord.
And
Wow.
that's the only reason why
Yeah.
my sentence range got cut in half, and I ended up doing probation.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm.
kept
Back-
my mouth shut.
Yeah. Well, that's the
That's
thing.
probably a huge one too. Just kind of like shutting up and letting
Oh, yeah.
other people talk for you.
That's true. Plead the fifth, right? This is still going.
So we got an intermission for like. So
Nice.
that was deep right there.
That was deep. Well, I think we still stayed on topic. I
We,
want to get.
we
I want
stayed
to
on
get back
topic
on
the
it.
whole time.
I want to get back on it, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are included in like the industrial prison complex. It was, music definitely influences it.
Yeah,
Is it
music-
playing our whole song?
Yeah, that's
now?
yeah,
Wow.
but
that's perfect.
Yeah, music definitely influences it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, it definitely influenced it.
I want to
Yeah.
look at this.
But I don't have
What makes prison so bad?
proof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I only have what other people say, so I don't have proof that a source.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, I got
That's
a
true.
material we're going to talk about. This is a good topic.
Well, it's a real deal, man. I mean, I
It's
don't
a
know
real
I don't know near enough about it.
Oh, I studied like 2 days on it, man.
Yeah.
But you guys took me down the rat path that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
That was deep. How's it going again? This is our second part of A Guy's Perspective. Again, you can reach us at 303-477-5600, and we are KOZ 560 AM. We are always on the radio Saturdays from 2 to 3, and like the first 30 minutes, we were talking about the prison system and how it's failing so many people and how it doesn't really work. Yes, and again, I'm Brock, and we're going to go around the room and let people know who we are.
Yep, Heath Hind here, the actor in Denver, Colorado.
And Reno, owner of Blueprint Electric, local electrician.
And let people know about the upper room again.
And upper room church at 1001 South Pearl Street in Denver, Colorado. If you need a place to fellowship, you're more than welcome.
And that's Pastor Durwood Tate. If you're looking for somebody to talk to, he's the perfect person. Again, we're talking about prison, and if y'all know anything better than us, again, reach out to us at 303-477-5600. And one of the other things that I was reading about with prison is it changes people, not necessarily for the good, because it makes you lose your identity. It takes away your self-worth when you're locked up. And do you think it was built like that on purpose? Because when you're segregated from society, because we're creatures of habit, we want to be around other people. That's the reason, COVID, people being locked down, it messed up their heads so much. So prison's the same way, right?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's meant to break one's spirit.
Wow.
It's meant to break a spirit.
To just get you to do their will and obey what the prison's telling you to do, basically.
Yeah. I mean, some people go there and thrive. If you're that minded, if you're quite criminal minded or something, you can go there and that becomes your college. You can learn all of the dark, seedy ways of life.
Wow.
Yeah. You could multiply your skill set, come out a better criminal.
Because it makes you wonder, like, when you're locked up, like, let's be real, take the zoo for example. If you took those animals that were born in the zoo, let's say you took a lion and you introduced them back into like the Serengeti, would that lion actually function like all the other lions?
I'm not an expert, but I would think I don't think so. I mean, there's things that are just a lion's nature.
Right.
But if he was born in a zoo,
right, and he was fed continually, and
he
been
doesn't
there,
need to hunt.
right, he probably.
Does an animal become institutionalized?
It makes you wonder, right? And that's
I wonder,
how.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if he would survive after being put in a.
Well,
after being in the zoo.
because I'm correlating that with prison. You have somebody who's locked up there for 40 years, and their mental health has been deteriorated because they don't have the things we have on the outside. Is it like an animal that you introduce back into the wild?
But does an animal have the same capacity as humankind? I forget what it's called, like Bahima or something like that. It is what it is. An animal is what it is. Whereas we as human beings are like we're creators. We think, we feel, we're sentient. A lot of other things that the experiences we have in our life, we can either learn from, grow from, or be consumed by. But I think an animal, man, it's primal, right? It's eat, have sex, procreate, and I don't know. It's fight or flight, right?
Fight or flight.
The basest of instinct.
And I think everybody's built with fight or flight inside of them. We have a call coming in, but we'll stay on this mental deterioration, because at least from the way I think is that if you lock somebody up for years and you take them out and you give them no direction, it's no different than taking a lion. Hello, whoever this is. Dre. Oh, sweet.
Hey, Jerry's back.
How you doing? Wow. That's true.
Well,
Well, let us ask you this. So, do you think that when a person's been locked up for 40 years, is it kind of, does their mind switch? Does it do something to their mind or to their, who they are as a human being? Gotcha. Right. Right. True that.
Right.
That
no.
well, thanks for calling, buddy, man, and we'll look forward to seeing you into the studio next week, buddy.
Thanks for that insight, brother.
Right on, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, brother. Thank you. Bless you.
So that's interesting because you do when you're segregated from society, you really do start to lose your identity somewhat. You like you said, you can either learn from it and be a more corrupt criminal when you get out, or you can, like you guys said, you got to make a choice of what path am I going to take from that point. You know, because isolation and loneliness separates us. We were never built to be isolated from everybody else. That's just
No.
not the way God built us.
Well, in prison, you do have other guys to hang out with. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, you have other girls to hang out with.
Yeah, but it's not the
But
same
I
as.
understand what you're saying. So,
You do until you don't, and you get thrown into the shoe, into the hole.
Do they still do that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I knew a guy who had like a 23-hour lockdown.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they still do that.
and was it Supermax?
Mm-hmm. Down in
23-hour lockdown.
Florence.
Does Colorado have a
Yeah.
Supermax?
Florence,
Yeah, it's in
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of high-profile prisoners are sent.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Because when you're, like you said, if you're locked down for 23 hours out of the day, why would you even want to live, man? If the judge hits you with a 50-year sentence and you're locked down 22 hours out of the day,
Imagine what that does to your sanity.
that's what I was going to bring up.
Sanity. Yeah.
Like it would drive you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how big do you guys think this room is right now, our studio?
Yeah. What? 12
Maybe
by 12 or
12 by
10,
12?
10 by 10.
So if
It's
you're
about 12 by 12.
so if you're locked up like that,
Yeah.
I mean, it would,
Oh, this
it
is
would
probably
drive you
4
crazy.
times the size of a room, though. Too. This is like
yeah,
4
this is
times
probably
the size.
bigger than the room. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, people, if y'all know better than us, give us a call at 303-477-5600. I've never been to prison, so this is an excellent topic that we're learning about. But I do know people that have went to prison,
Yeah.
and they hated it.
Oh, absolutely.
They absolutely hated it.
Hey, there should be.
And I'm
dude,
really
there should be
close.
Google, Google reviews
I'm telling you, there
on
should
prisons.
be.
I'm advocating
soft-
for Google reviews
How
on
soft
prisons.
is your cot? Hey man, here's the
One
worst
star,
thing.
1 star all day long.
This is how I picture prison. I picture prison. You got your double bunk, and you got your homeboy that your roommate. That dude gonna be taking a crap next to you while you sleeping, man. That's gonna be a rough life, man.
Yeah.
Like, prison is not for me. But
Yeah.
one of my,
But I mean,
one of our best friends
Yeah.
had went through prison for a long time,
Yeah.
and it shaped him
Well-
up because he don't want to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what the reform is though. Like how would it I don't know how anybody would institute like reform, or if there ever was reform through prison,
Oh, we have somebody else calling
you
in.
know.
This is wonderful. We have people. This is a hot topic.
It's in use, yeah.
I just don't think our prison system works, guys. At the end of the day, that's me though. I feel like it's flawed because you're standing in front of a judge who doesn't know you. They're presenting evidence in front of him. How's it going? How you doing, Monica? Good.
Welcome to A Guy's Perspective.
Yeah. Oh, right on.
Oh, right on. Please do.
$15 days? Okay. Wow. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why don't they have their own cells? Can you
Well,
kind of tell us, describe to us what the prison looks like from the inside? Okay.
In for?
Okay.
Right.
Oh, so they keep everybody separated. Wow. Thank you for shining light on that for us. That really
Yeah.
opens up our topic.
And you're a corrections officer, Monica? Oh, awesome.
Thank you for keeping those boys in line. Thank you for calling.
All right, bye.
We're coming to find out this is a hot topic, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
That's pretty
did you hear what she said? That they will get locked up for 15 days, get out and get locked back up because they want to be by themselves. That's
So maybe
amazing.
15 days is a long time.
That is a long. That's what I.
To be alone, but I mean, if that's what you want,
Wow.
then it's
Yeah.
no big deal to go to the hole. You
God, that changes our whole thought process. I thought people would be like freaking out, but they're like wanting to go be by themselves.
Yeah. They
That's
want to get
interesting.
That is
want
very
to get away. They want to get away
interesting.
from General Pop and go
And
to
and,
Club
and if
Fam.
everybody was listening to that, this is a good show. Like, she works at a correctional facility, so she knows firsthand.
Yeah.
And another thing she said that they keep everybody, I thought everyone was together. They keep them all segregated. They're not going to put, you're a black man from Chicago. They're not going to put a black man from Chicago with a skinhead. Like, it's never going to happen.
But maybe it comes down to like affiliations though. Like if he was affiliated with a gang, or if the guy was affiliated with a gang, or no, they just probably.
No, it must be, it sounded like
I
she
don't
said they
know.
were segregated. Like, they keep them away from each other.
Well, I know of a case where
Because
They put-
well, if you don't mind, let us use you. You're a black man from Chicago. You're not going to room with a skinhead, some dude who is flat out white, German, and Irish. You know what I'm saying? And he's a skinhead, and you're a gang member. It's never going to work.
There was an actor that ended up going to prison, and they put
Okay.
him in a cell with either a skinhead or some type of. No, they put him in a cell with a Satanist,
Oh wow!
and he was a Christian, or he was trying to be a Christian.
While he was in prison, he was trying to like
Right.
correct himself. Okay.
And the Satanist ended up killing the guy that used to be an actor.
What in the world?
Wow.
So here,
there's a lot of instances that makes it make sense to be segregated or separated from certain
But then
certain
that,
groups.
yeah, I mean, I can understand the benefit sometimes, but then it almost also perpetuates the division.
yeah,
And
you.
so then that divide is so great that everybody's just talking amongst themselves about themselves and about the others, and then when they get in Gen Pop or whatever, then you know there's a hit or something.
Right.
So,
That
but I
is.
don't know what the solution is. Man.
So
Can't
this
we
is.
all just get along?
Well, so now let me ask you this: how can you tell? Like, okay, so you know how like everybody in prison is innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's ever going to be like, yeah, man, I'm in here because I was a hardened criminal. Like everybody's kind of like, yeah, this happened to me, so I got a bad rap. You know, I get it. I would say the same
Everybody's
thing.
innocent.
If I was in front of the judge, I'd be like, yeah, my home life sucks, dude. Give me 10 years instead of 100. You know, I would hit him with that scenario too. But at the end of the day, like, it makes you wonder how sincere people are. Like, if they go before the parole board, how do you know if this person's telling you the truth, if they've been institutionalized for the last 20 years? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's no, how do you determine the truth behind people? Like,
I think the truth will just find itself out as far as
Mm.
the judge is a subject matter expert.
right.
So they're going to be able to see. You know, they see things like
Ca-
day after day. This they're dealing with criminals. They're dealing with people who have been accused, whether they're criminals or not. So I would think that they would be able to read through the lines for sincerity and
Okay.
different people trying to make a play.
Do you think we're, as a society, do you think we're too hard on criminals?
That's a good question.
I
I
mean,
mean, what I want. I mean, obviously, I like empathy, and I would like people to be empathetic toward the plight of people and what leads them to that. And I think it's easier when somebody has a friend, a family member, that has been in the prison system to kind of not necessarily exonerate that person of anything that they did of their crimes, but to kind of be a determining factor of like their character. They know the character of the person. They're like, look, they just got hemmed up. They got tied up in this trap.
because they're okay. This is good.
So my son is in prison,
Okay.
and I believe the crime he committed, he deserves to be there. The time they gave him and the charge they charged him with is not right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first-degree murder,
Your boy got first-degree murder,
they proved medically that he didn't kill him.
and he
He
still
didn't.
got a first-degree murder charge.
Right.
Wow.
So when I say the system is flawed,
Oh, then you know about it firsthand.
firsthand, when they say the medical evidence shows that he didn't kill him, but we're not changing it. The reason why I believe that they're not changing it is because his victims were white.
Oh, are you?
Mm.
If his
This-
victims were black, I don't believe I don't believe he would have got the same amount of time.
This
Does
is
that-
is deep. Again, you can call us at 303-477-5600. This is by far the best show we've ever had. Continue. Tell us all about this.
Well, without taking too long with details, he was, defending, or he defended someone in the wrong way. Hit someone in the head, they fell, and they never got back up. The guy died of a ruptured spleen. So through the autopsy and the medical evidence, they showed that my son didn't kill him. He committed a first-degree assault, or assault with a deadly weapon, but he did not commit first-degree murder. So, yes, the system is very flawed.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a fair judgment call on that one, especially in light of the evidence that was provided.
Right, and he was
Which-
told that he would get a higher sentence if he fought it.
Oh,
Right,
my
and so they make an
God.
example. They
They
make
used
an
a scare
example.
tactic
Yes.
to get him to cop to a plea, so he wouldn't get 100 years or whatever they were trying to give him.
I cannot believe
Right.
this brother hasn't been talking the whole time like this.
Yeah.
This is, you could have took the whole show. This is deep. So they were saying if you believe if it wasn't a white person but it was another black person, you don't think he would have got that much time.
No, he might have got 10 years maybe.
Wow.
And I could say maybe that's what he deserves, but 30?
He got 30
too much.
years.
32 years.
Yeah.
Can he parole out after a certain amount of time, or if you don't mind us asking you?
Yeah, and I guess the way it works is the time that you like
Time
his end date can change.
Yeah.
Oh, it can change. Does a judge have to change it, or
No,
does?
no, as-
oh, we
as
have
he
another
does-
person calling in. But this is a hot topic, man. This
Yeah,
is people
this
want to
is.
know about this. So the judge has to change it, or does the
No,
warden
judge,
or
the judge
somebody?
doesn't change it, but his parole eligibility will change.
What do you mean
So
by that?
as he gets good time or however they work it in the prison.
Mike, how are you doing? Talk to us, Mike. Good, we're doing good. You're talking to the
Good,
guys.
Mike, yeah, let us know.
Oh, we're writing that down. Really?
Uh-oh, you're being scrambled now.
Yeah, Mike, that was some good stuff. We're losing you, buddy. Can you come on back? Hello? Mike, I think we lost you. Well,
Yeah, that's what happens when we talk.
we'll keep going, Mike. If you hear us, we got 5 more minutes, so call us back, and so we'll have to let you go.
Oh, yeah,
So
come on.
what was the name of this book? He said. Did
Larry-
you hear what he
Larry-
said? Just
said
like you
Larry
were saying.
Levinson.
The
Larry
deep-
Levinson.
Okay, Larry.
But I forgot the name of the book.
Son. We'll look it up, and basically he was going with what you just said, and the man doesn't even know you.
Yeah, I mean it happened.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear what he said? The DA is paid to make sure you take a different charge.
Right. So then we're back.
So they
to-
want
we're
you
back
in
to
prison.
A for-profit industry.
Oh my God.
And when money is involved, it changes the morality of an individual.
This is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the callers we've had call in
Yeah.
today to talk about this, guys. Like,
Yeah, man.
so this must be true. What we're hitting on, that there's a profit behind the prison system.
Well, that's a fact.
We have another caller. Let's see who this.
I hope it's
gentleman
Mike
is.
back.
I really do
enjoyed
hope
talking
it's
to
Mike back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anybody in general. Everybody can call at 303-477-5600. Mike, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, we lost you, so tell us. Keep
Name
talking.
of that book one more time.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh my God.
Otherwise, you'd start a race war.
Wow. Well, Mike, well, it was good talking to you. We'll have to let you go. We got another caller calling in. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. All right, bye.
Thank you so much. What a good book that he mentioned. man.
Yeah,
we'll have to look into that
We have
one.
another caller online too coming in. This is everybody's trying to chime in at one time. Our screen's getting filled up,
Yeah,
guys.
it's lighting up, chiming up.
Yeah, call in. Let us know. This is. Hello. How are you doing? You're talking to the Guy's Perspective. Tell us about it. Oh my God. Wow.
That sounds so familiar.
You didn't give us your name. What you?
She didn't want to.
Okay. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Man.
Wow.
So
Wow. This is wild. Thank you for calling. We have 1 minute left, so we have to close but we're doing a second episode, so
Yeah.
please call back next week.
thank you, Miss Jane.
Yes.
Miss Jane.
We'll
Duff.
look forward to hearing from you. Guys, it's an amazing show today. Again, everybody tune in. We're going to do prison next week again. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hot topic.
Jesus, all the people that are calling in today for this, dude.
Thank you for opening up, man.
Dude, that once you opened up,
It
That
opened
was
up. Once
wild.
you opened up, it opened it, and they agreed.
oh my
We
God.
didn't get the chance to actually continue about the for profit.
Dude, we are
but it
doing
is-
this
but it
next
is-
week.
But it
We
is
are,
for
do- we, are,
profit.
we are talking about prison. I can't believe all the people that want to call in.
I didn't even go into like my cousin. He was 17.
We
He got
didn't get a
thrown-
chance to.
Yeah, he got thrown into prison.
Guys, we
He was-
could've
he was
talked-
in- He was in prison for 22 years.
Guys, we could have talked 4 hours on this. All Colorado would have called in.
All in
No,
Colorado.
Well,
no.
hopefully my son will. He's doing some things to try to.
Shave that time.
Well, he's trying to get back into court
Oh yeah, appeal,
Gotcha.
appeal.
because he was misled by his attorney.
Oh, that was such a good show. Oh my God, that was legit.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you have money, because I didn't have money.
Perspective. Don't forget your coffee, buddy.
If I had, if I had a house, because I got scammed inside. I sold
Yeah.
my house and
Yeah.
I got scammed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would have had enough money to defend him.
Who would have known the prison system had this many people want to talk about?
Yeah, man. We need to research it a little bit more. But
We're talking about it next
mine.
week. We're doing round
yeah.
2 on this, buddy.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, John.
Other than Andre, you didn't know any of those people?
No.
No.